Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer.com. Today we're taking a look at the RockyMounts MonoRail on our 2020 Nissan Rogue Sport. The MonoRail is a platform-style bike rack holding up to two bikes and holding them by your wheel primarily. The front tire here, really. Now, that's going to mean zero frame contact, making it good for carbon frame and alternative frame bikes, and does have a 60-pound weight capacity per bike, making it good for some e-bikes too. Like many other platform racks in this class, we have the ability to tilt away with the bikes loaded. Doing that's pretty simple. We've got a color-coded blue handle at the back that we can pull and tilt down. And we do have a pretty impressive tilt on this bike rack, giving us tons of room to open up the back of our vehicle, get something out of the back if we need it, or just have a nice place to sit and change our shoes before or after a ride. You can see I've got tons of room to comfortably do that back here, and we don't have to get the bikes unloaded to do it either. We'll go ahead and close this down. And then you just have to lift the bike rack back up into place. You'll hear that nice audible snap letting us know it's locked back in and ready to go. This is going to be pretty easy to unload too. Everything is color coded. So our back wheel strap, just press in the blue button, pull out the strap. And then for the front wheel hook, just squeeze that blue handle, push up and out. And then we're free to just lift the bike up and away without really any obstructions. That's because we don't have a center mast in our way. It's a pretty open design, so loading isn't too difficult, which is great because if you do plan on maxing out that weight capacity with a 60-pound bike, you don't want to have to be fishing it around a center mast. The back wheel cradle does pivot to accommodate for different wheelbases. And then I always like to hook this back wheel hook behind that cradle just for security. Some measurements to think of here are ground clearance. At the back end of the rack here, we're looking at about 21 inches of ground clearance, which is pretty good. We've got a good rise in the shank here, and I don't think we'll have any issues bottoming out. With the overall distance added to the back, it is going to be sticking out 31 inches to the outermost point here. That's not too bad. It's not the most condensed one that we've tested today, but also not the worst. We can fold it up though, using that same blue handle as before. So if we want to leave this in the hitch between rides, we can save some space, cutting that distance down to 12 inches, which is a lot more manageable, easier to pull in a parking space or maybe even your garage. When you do this, it doesn't come too close to the bumper, so I'm not worried about vehicle contact. One thing to consider though is that it does somewhat block your license plate here with this arm. Nothing too crazy though, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. And then we still do get some good vision with our backup camera. Here you can see the point where we can lock our cable lock to. It'll just wrap around that post and lock up. And that is key to the locking hitch pin. That hitch pin is also our anti-rattle hitch pin, so it's going to keep it nice and secure in the hitch. And we're working with a 2" by 2" receiver tube. Now overall for me, the MonoRail is a pretty solid bike rack. I personally like all the blue accents on it, and I think it looks really good. It's also going to be a pretty functional rack, working with a wide variety of different bikes. If you don't need a 60-pound weight capacity, maybe check out something like the Kuat Sherpa. It's going to be a bit smaller than the MonoRail here, with a 40-pound weight capacity, but it's also going to have some color options, so you can kind of mix and match it to your vehicle and match it with your style. Either way you go, though, they're going to be a great fit for your Nissan Rogue Sport here. Thanks for watching.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.